A weaving of forces.
Jorith had succeeded. With the artifact in hand, he journeyed back from the hellish land of Taros and across the sea to the island of Estoril, the ruined capital of the lost Kandra. It was here that a strange and dangerous ritual would be attempted. The priests of Anu, after sifting through many ancient tomes, discovered the true purpose of the Heart of Thesh. The heart could summon the mighty sacred dragons of Anu. This was the means of their delivery. First, the priests must attempt a weaving of forces that hasn't been attempted in over 1,000 years. Even the mage emperor Garakias had never mastered this treacherous spell. The gathered priests and mystics decided that where one mage had failed, a group might succeed.
We will attempt a sacrifice of animals in the sacred circle, in the presence of the Heart of Thesh. If we fail, our universe is forever in the hands of darkness. Dumago, High Priest of Anu.
Alright, welcome back, folks. So, the Acolytes of Anu must find 3 deer, bring them back to the ancient Kandran sacrificial circle. Once all 3 are inside this circle, sacrifice them. The dragon of Anu shall be summoned. Use the dragon to eliminate the enemy camp to the north. So if I remember correctly, this mission is actually fairly easy. Yeah, that's some sort of thing here. You just kind of walk around with them, and if you get close to a deer, instead of running, for some reason it becomes one of your units. So, I don't know. Then you get the dragon, and the dragon is the second best unit for each race in the game after the deity units. I did some reading about those deity units, and that, you know, one of my previous videos, it kind of shows what they look like. Apparently, in the original game, they weren't something that you could summon. And actually, the first time I noticed being able to summon them on that one map. Maybe they're over here. The first time I noticed being able to summon them on that one map was like a replay, and I was actually surprised there was a new unit. And that was the first and only time before that previous video that I had actually summoned those units. So it was kind of a new thing to me, and I didn't really think much about it. But apparently in the original game, you had to have either these like high priests of each race. Each race has one, some equivalent of the Acolyte of Anu. And I think I can, yeah. And you can just send it up here. Each race has an equivalent of that, so you have to have one of those alive. It's like the Dark Priest is the Taros, and then the Shaman is Zhon, and then the Priest of Lear, I think, is the Varuna one. So you have to have one of those units alive and just sort of doing thing. And then you have to be on the verge of winning or the verge of losing, and it would just randomly appear at a very low percentage rate. So that was apparently how you got those units in the original game. And I never even realized, like, I played the game quite a bit, and I never actually realized, like, I never had that happen, and I didn't know it could happen. And I probably played it, you know, when I was playing online, I played it a lot, you know, and I got a lot of both victories and losses. So we'll send these guys back up here. I probably need to get my Priest of Anu up there as well. So yeah, apparently it was just something random you'd be randomly given, and it was sort of in very, very rare instances, when you're about to win or you're about to lose, the unit would just appear and destroy everything. So the idea of summoning it was just because I guess there was like an outcry, and people were like, well, they wanted to see this unit. I guess I need to put it over here. Yeah, there we go. people just wanted to see that unit, so they kind of complained. So what the developers did is they just released a patch that made you be able to summon it. But it was never actually meant to be summoned that way, and that's why it's such a. That's why I was talking about it being so weird. It's like there's no way you could actually use this, so why did they even add it to the game? It's like, well, their whole reason for adding it to the game, like the dragon was supposed to be the ultimate summonable unit, and those deities weren't even supposed to be summonable. And it was just because people wanted to actually be able to see the units that they added that patch. So that kind of makes more sense why that would be even added into the game. It wasn't really an initial intention. It had like a very specific situation where those things would appear. And I must have played hundreds, or at least 1,000 games when I originally got this, especially online. Never once was I able to get anything like that. I never once got those deity units, and I didn't even know they existed. So, not until much later. So anyway, we're about to see the dragon here. And they killed my swordsman for some reason. Okay, here's the dragon. Even though you're supposed to have the Heart of Thirsha for this, each race can summon one of these. And he has 3 attacks. He has a regular fire breath, he has a fireball, and then he has earthquake. And earthquake is just a stronger, or fireball is just a stronger 1-unit attack, and earthquake is like a multi-unit attack. It also gives you sort of not direct vision, but it does give you sort of radar on the other units. So if you had like a trebuchet, I suppose it's probably pretty useful for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. This shouldn't be too difficult. Let's go ahead and blast these guys with an earthquake. And you'll notice that's not too different from the way that attack works is not so different from the way the Avatar of Anu worked. Get a fireball going. And there's one more. We don't want them going out. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, they could go kill our Priest of Anu, and it actually wouldn't matter at all. See how this works. It's starting to build here. No, we don't want that. Yeah, so this is another one of those easy missions, which is just like, here's this unit, try to mess around with it, see how it works. Alright, don't want a builder going up. Do that. Maybe we'll send our Priest of Anu over here, just because. This is taking a long time, actually. Alright, kill that, please. Let's go kill that builder unit first. We don't want him doing that. Don't want him building stuff. Oh, these guys can't attack, huh? Oh well. We'll just consider them sacrifices. Oh. No more of those priests of Anu. Alright, go ahead and kill him. So yeah, and what's kind of funny is that Taros actually, in the final mission, Taros actually gets access to the to their version of the dragon, which I think is a black dragon. But it's not really explained because, at least not plot-wise, because they don't have the access to the Heart of Thirsha, so it's like, well, how are they summoning the dragon if they don't have the Heart of Thirsha? I guess they did have it for a little while, maybe they just figured it out and then could do it from then on, I don't know. Anyway, that was a pretty easy mission. It took a little while to kill everything, but either way, it's not so bad. The dragons, so the dragons were the original best unit you could summon, and they're more or less equivalent to the monarchs themselves as far as their abilities and powers and stuff, except they're obviously a lot faster. So I think we have enough time for another mission. Let's go ahead and do that. Splendorous Wings.
The sacred dragons, summoned by the heart of Thesh, begin to free Ahriman from the black grip of Taros forever.
The dragons of Anu carry on their splendorous wings the soaring hopes of good men everywhere. And where their shadows cast out our enemies, and favor fair Ahriman to a kinder destiny than Logan's black rule. Do we go, High Priest of Anu?
No one had ever seen dragons fighting on the side of righteousness before. The forces of Taros scattered in terror.
Alright, so with the Dragon of Anu, destroy all the Taros invaders. The ground troops are added protection for the dragon's safety. What that means is if you lose health, you just run them back here and let them heal up a little bit, and these guys will protect them. So we'll let his mana sort of go up a little bit here. I don't want to waste a huge amount of time, and we'll I guess it's taking a little while. Alright, well, let's go and see what we got here. They're very fast, by the way. Let's go get some big concentration of units, like right here. There are quite a bit of those guys, though, unfortunately. We have enough health, we can sort of tolerate this for a while. Wait for the earthquake to come back, probably. Get him! Earthquake's pretty good. It's not as good as the deity units, but it's not bad anyway. We'll let him sort of go slowly on that until he recharges his... Well, that's okay. Let's go do an earthquake on this group of enemies. Yep, that's the end of him. That's the end of him. Yeah, you can kill that guy, it's fine. Yep, get yourself a zombie. The dragons do get, if they kill enough guys, they'll get the sort of gold upgrade where they get more hit points and or armor, and their attacks become stronger. I don't know why that fire demon's not attacking. That's okay. So yeah, there's that. If I remember correctly, there's like a couple missions where it's just something like... Let's go ahead and kill this guy first. I think I need to run back here. That's not good. Golden Dragon, we don't want to die because then we will lose the mission. I suppose what I can do here is get another nice little attack on whoever these guys are. No, that's fine. We'll go after this fire demon here real quick. Yeah, so it's another mission to see how well you can, what's going on here? What are y'all doing here? Nuh-uh. We aren't allowing that here. Get him! Going up and attacking my boys, that's not right. I'm not gonna let you do that. Let's get this one. Uh-oh. They're at it again. I better go over here and heal slightly. least get a little bit. Switch it to our earthquake. Now let's go see who's down here. Looks like they're gathering together a little bit. Yep, that's perfect. Anybody else? Let's get this guy. Oh yes, you guys aren't lasting too long this time. Let's go get him. None shall survive. Yeah, so the dragons are pretty good. It takes a lot to get them to start getting up to like bronze level or something. They can be healed, so a lot of times, like if you got like you would actually get this unit on multiplayer fairly often. What you do is kind of go and use that attack that kills a bunch of units, sort of keep them out until they lose health, and bring them back to heal them. Alright, don't let him survive. Who's hitting here? We'll go over here. Let's see here. Get him. Yeah, so not too interesting. It's pretty hard to lose this mission. I mean, you can if you're just reckless with the dragon, but it's not that bad. Let's go kill this guy. He still hasn't got his bronze level, even at 55 kills. He still hasn't got up to bronze. And so that's actually kind of true. Depending on the unit, they have different numbers of kills they need to get there. And I'm not sure if it's just kills, or like maybe some units are like more valuable than others or something. I'm not sure. Fire attacking everybody. Let's get another one. Alright, who's over here? The Blade Demon. Let's do this to him. This did take a long time to kill. I mean, even that like, didn't hurt him very much. They have a lot of hit points or armor or something. Alright, 60's not enough. 60's not enough to get to the bronze level. So yeah, I think there's a bronze level, a silver level, and a gold level. And each time you get one of those upgrades, the unit becomes stronger and, who's here? A lone zombie. Alright, let's go over here. Sorry, Mr. Fire Spout, you're not gonna last that long. Neither are you, Mr. Skeletal Archer. One-hit dead archer. These Fire Spouts have a substantial larger amount of health than the Skeletal Archers, but their range isn't anywhere near the same. Almost always, range is preferable to HP, just because, oh, and that's it. Yep, the mission took a little while, but it wasn't really that hard. I think there's enough time for one additional mission, so let's go ahead and do that. Burning into History.
In Zhon, the beleaguered forces of Varuna look to the sky. At first they are terrified, thinking a new monster has arrived to decimate them. Then they hear a collective wail from the surrounding beasts and hunters. As if by instinct, the Zhon know the great flying creatures have come for them. They will remember this day for generations in song and hushed stories around their fires. The dragons of Anu descend, burning their way into history.
Alright, so we need to unload my troops from the ships onto the shore to the east, assist Varuna in its assault on Zhon. The Dragon of Anu should have no difficulty with this task. So this is basically the same mission, except for this time we're going to help Zhon, or help Varuna defeat Zhon. And that's exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to run right... Well, that's stupid, but okay. He just randomly killed those Zhon guys, but that's okay. And for some reason... Oh, this one's a gold tiered one. I was telling you before, if you kill enough guys, you get the gold tier, and I guess this one is just automatically. I guess that also boosts your mana heal rate as well, which I didn't realize. Let's get rid of this Beastmaster. How an earthquake kills a bat, I'm not certain, but that's okay. You don't actually have to succeed. Yeah, I'm not sure if he has like a much faster heal rate and mana heal rate as well, but I'm not sure if that's normal or if that's just part of the of this particular mission, like it's some special setting they put in. Goodbye. Yeah, so pretty much all the Varunas got wiped out there. It's too bad for them. Except for that guy, he decided he was going to fight for Zhon, which is a poor decision on his part. Not really worried about those flying units, I'm assuming. Goodbye. You don't really have to, save any of the Varunan units, it's not necessary. Okay. I'm too worried about that. What's over here? Bats. Let's get this bat. So we get this Fire Drake. You're really, you're not gonna do well there, Mr. Fire Drake. And that was it. That's all she wrote. Well, actually, I would say that mission was really, really short. So I think we actually have time for a fourth mission. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll do that. Unless it turns out to be a really long mission, I'll go ahead and, in that case, I might split it off into a separate video, but we'll go ahead and see. Alright. Collapse.
The dragons, the uprising in Ahriman, and Elsin's appearance on the battlefield has tipped the scales of battle in favor of the Ahriman-Varuna alliance. Here in Zhon, all pretense of organized resistance falters, and increasingly the tribes turn to a single desperate goal.
One heart among us holds the spirit, voice, and blood of our ancestors. All tribes of Zhon must be as roots of one tree, and protect Queen Thirsha, as Tammuz, goddess of the hunt, protects us all. Zhon, tribal leader.
The Zhon forces collapse around Queen Thirsha's royal standard and slowly retreat back into the jungle. The taste of war had soured. Their only goal now was to protect their queen and vanish into the enfolding safety of Zhon's interior.
Alright, so the vile savages finally being beaten back, and but now we have to take on the role of the vile savages and protect Thirsha. So Thirsha is injured and must be defended. That means she can't fly. Her party is small and can't fight off the hordes closing in from behind. Quickly retreat to the east. What you want to do is go ahead and build one of these really quickly. And then maybe get one lodestone while he's building a few additional units. And come on over here. Build this. You definitely still want to build some... Uh-oh. Alright, maybe not. Crap. Okay, just run. Maybe I'm gonna have to restart this mission, because this isn't going well. And they already killed that guy, uh-oh. Well, we'll just leave those guys in there. Okie dokie. Apparently building those guys was not a good idea. There's some wolves there, that's not good. Yep, you just leave those guys to die. I thought I had enough... for some reason I remember having enough time to start building some guys, but that apparently is not the case. There are some wolves there. I guess we're just going to leave them. Hopefully they'll attack Varuna. That was a close call, actually. Maybe not that close. Okay, maybe that wasn't that hard. I just kind of got nervous there for a second. Huh. Alright, well that mission lasted about a minute and a half, so I'm going to take it to mean that, honestly, I probably have enough time for another mission, so let's go ahead and do that. Escape.
Varunan aerial spotters are keeping close watch on the escaping Zhon forces, allowing ambushes to be set for them in clearings. As the Zhon warriors protecting the Huntress make for the Haemus Mountains, they hope to snare Varunans in their own deadly traps. The battle to protect the Queen grows more fierce.
Alright, so the Varuna's troops are still fast on my heels. Some additional forces will help, but don't delay too much. Lead Thirsha to safety through Zhon's dense forests. You have to get over here to the east, I think. Avoid the Varunans waiting in ambush. In the far northeast is a mountain pass. Oh, so I guess it's up here. Look for the totems that mark the entrance to the pass. Alright, so I'm going to build one of these. And then I'm going to build another one. And I'm going to need some totems here. Or, nah, not totems, but at least that. We're not really going to have a lot of mana to work with here, I don't think. I could send one up there. Yeah, we want to build a few guys, and we'll just see what's right way is he gonna go to do that. Go over here and build one of these. We're gonna send that hunter a little bit just to see what's up. There's some guys there. Yeah, nothing too unexpected about that. Before we send Thirsha out over here, we're just gonna send a little group of these guys. Keep our rock giant here, though. Now, I think there does come a point where they actually do attack. And there's like a whole bunch that come off from the there's some sort of gunpowder unit there. I gotta be careful of that. Send some guys over here. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, yes. Making sure we don't get totally wiped out here. Oh man, that dirigible ain't doing us any favors. Send some more guys over there to help out. Yeah, okay, so this isn't that bad of a mission, and they didn't seem to come after me too hard. I was expecting, like, there to be a big wave of Runin soldiers to show up, but that hasn't happened yet. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Oh crap. Alright. Get him! Darn it! So there was a wave. Oh well. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and retry that one. We're gonna go ahead and send Thirsha that way now, I guess. And we'll go ahead and have him build. Alright, just trying to get over there, I guess. Uh-oh. I don't like the look of that.
No, not yet.
Oh, well, they're stupid right now because they're trying to attack Thirsha or just run to a place like they've been doing. Alright, let's try again. Get him! Why wouldn't it attack? That's bullshit. That really annoys me because I set her to do that attack and it wouldn't do it. Yeah, this mission's really starting to annoy me now. I might even bother to, might even bother to get some totems here just to be safe. Because she seems pretty safe. As long as she stays right here, it doesn't look like we get as bad of a thing going on. But one of the things I'm going to do maybe is just surround Thirsha with these guys, making it much more difficult to get into her. Like, make it so they have to, like, go around or whatever. I don't like the look of that at all, so I'm gonna start building some more of these, actually. With Thirsha completely surrounded, it ought to be really difficult for them to run in and hit her. Alright, let's go ahead and try this here. Let's go with Thirsha. And I'm actually going to save the game here, because this has been giving me a little bit too much of a problem. And not just, now she's like helping them build. No, just go. Just go over there. Well, there was a way up there. I knew it. Come on, Thirsha, let's do this. Where are you anyway? Going very, very slowly. I think I might actually make it this time. Certainly wasn't easy, though. Well, there's good and blocked here. Ooh-wee, that was a close one. But I have enough guys here that it should be okay. Yeah, they're not going to survive that. It's too many. Oh, she's trying to help build that. No. Nope, don't do that. Just get to where you're supposed to go. These guys are doing pretty good. Nice golden spears. Oh yeah, 5 kills. That's all it took. Where's the monarch? Here she is. So it gave me a little bit of a trouble, that mission. But that's okay. Victory. Well, that's going to be all I record for this video. And I guess I'll see y'all later, folks. Thanks for watching. Later.